Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today is another method cooking battle. Yay! This one is one that you've been requesting for quite a while, and I have been requesting that I not do it because it is battle salmon. So we are gonna take salmon 6 ways. We're gonna cook it in the air fryer, the sous vide, the grill press, the oven, the stove, and the pressure cooker. We're gonna put the same seasoning blend on it all. We're gonna put them in all the different things and we're gonna see who wins. Now, here's where you vote. Right now, don't skip to the end to see what I think, but who do you think that I am going to say wins? I think I know who I feel like is gonna win, but anything goes, as you know if you've seen the other ones. We've done pork, chicken, hamburgers, and now the salmon battle begins. Are you ready for this? Let's get started. So what we're gonna wanna do is get all of our pieces of salmon, which have been weighed out on our identical in size. We're gonna get them dried and dressed and into a bag to marinate for up to 2 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and dry all of my pieces of salmon off first, which I already did some pre-drying before the camera started, so I don't really have to, but I wanted to show you. And this is fresh caught salmon from the Kroger. All right, so the next thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pick your seasoning of choice. A couple weeks ago, I did a test on several seasonings in hopes that I would find one that I like to eat so that this test would really be accurate for everybody. Because if I picked a seasoning I've never had on a piece of salmon and I absolutely hate it, it's gonna be hard for me to tell you which one is the best. So we actually chose the South Platte 6 pepper blend from High Plains Spice Company. I will leave a link to them in the description of this video. They're located in Colorado. They do ship and they are fantastic. I have been so impressed with all of their blends. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover each of these pieces with a little bit of olive oil. All right, and we're gonna give them a good massage all over. And we're gonna go ahead and make sure the backs are massaged as well. And if you find any bones, be sure to pick those out. And then we are gonna take our seasoning blend and we are gonna sprinkle kind of liberally all over everything. So since I don't have a super whole lot left here, I'm gonna do the best I can to even out the spice rub on everything. Now we are gonna go ahead and rub this in just a little bit, get it on the sides. All right, and inspect all of your fillets. Make sure they have some seasoning kind of everywhere. And then we are gonna get them in our vacuum sealer bags. Okay, so for the first one that I'm going to seal, that's gonna be the one for the sous vide. So I'm gonna seal it in a bag all by itself because this one is not going to come out of the bag until we are done sous videing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these guys and then I'm gonna make sure the machine is on. I'm gonna stick my bag into the gray channel and we're gonna seal it up. Now, if you don't have a vacuum sealer yet, that's okay. Just put it in a plastic bag because we are gonna let these marinate in the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. All right, and then we're just going to seal up this as well. And we are gonna vacuum seal it because I don't want any extra air in there as it marinates. And there we have it. And now we are going to get these into the refrigerator for 2 hours. All right, it's been a couple hours and now we need to get the sous vide one in right away because that's gonna take a full hour. Okay, we're gonna set the timer, start it as soon as it comes to temperature. We are going to get our fish right down inside and clip it to the edge. And we're gonna set the timer for 1 hour. All right, the sous vide has been going for about an hour. So now we are gonna go ahead and get the other methods ready to go. All right, and the first one we're gonna get started is going to be our oven because that's gonna take about 12 to 14 minutes. For the oven, we're gonna turn it to 425. And I'm just gonna take one of the small modular sheet pans And I'm gonna take one of these guys out and set it right in the middle. And just like that, it's ready to go in the oven for 12 to 14 minutes. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get our grill press started. Now, if you're using a George Foreman or something similar, it's very important that if you shut your grill press, you realize that you are gonna kind of flatten your fish. So what I like about this one is that I can actually adjust where it is going to fit on there, so I can still get the grill marks, but it won't squish my fish. For the Deluxe Electric Grill and Griddle, we're gonna change it to probe right here, 400. And we're gonna set the probe to 130 and go. Next, let's do our pressure cooker. Now, if you're using the multi-cooker, I'm gonna give you those instructions as well as the Instant Pot. But first, go ahead and put a cup of water in the bottom of your pot and then the rack that came with your pot. If you are using an Instant Pot, their racks are a little bit smaller, so just make sure that none of the water is gonna touch the fish. Trust me on that. All right, and I'm gonna put my fish on top of my rack, and we're gonna put it right down inside the pressure cooker over the water. So let's go over there. So there's water in the bottom, as you can see, and then we're gonna set our fish right down on top of the water, but not touching the water. And then we're gonna seal our pot. If you're using Pampered Chef's multi-cooker, you are gonna wanna bring it down to seafood, change it to 4 minutes, and go. If you're using an Instant Pot, you're gonna just do pressure cook, 4 minutes, and let it go. All right, and the last one is gonna be our pan, but we're gonna wait for a second until the other one goes in here. So let's go ahead and get the probe ready. I'll get another plate out and put the raw salmon right on the plate. And one is for the stovetop and one is for the grill. And already the smell in here from the oven is fantastic. Okay, so for my grill press here, I'm gonna actually put the probe right in the center of the fish and make sure that it's kind of in the center of the whole thing. That way I know exactly that that is gonna be to about 130, and that's what I wanted at. I want to stop it at 130. Oh, that means our probe needs to be at 125. Good thing I reminded myself of that. All right, and lastly, we're gonna get this pan ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and get this oil ready to go, and then we'll get the probe right in. So I put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. I'm gonna turn it to medium high, and I'm gonna get it warming up for just a second. It's gonna take 4 minutes per side-ish. So let's get this one into the grill. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my fish kind of cattywampus, and let's just slide it down here. And I'm going to set my grill so that it is almost resting. Yeah, just barely touching the top. So that's gonna do its own thing now. And now we're gonna totally focus here, and let's go ahead and get this started. For the Deluxe Air Fryer, we're gonna hit custom, 10 minutes, 380, and go. All right, and as soon as our oil is hot, we are gonna get our fish in, skin side down, and do not touch it for 4 minutes. So, the sous vide is already ready, so let's go ahead and get that out while the rest of this is finishing up. All right, here we have dripping and hot. Let's go ahead and cut into it and hope we don't drop it on the floor. Dun, dun, dun. First one done. Okay, now it's time for us to carefully flip it over. Oh, it's a little, don't move it again. Now we're gonna wait again. I think I should have flipped it over a little bit earlier. And I'm gonna go ahead and check the temperature of the one inside the oven as well as this guy, because I definitely do not want to overcook it. Almost there. So that one will take just a couple more minutes. All right, the one in the oven is ready. It is perfectly cooked. I temped it and everything. All right, and it looks like that one is done as well. So once the oil burned off, it stopped smoking. So let's go ahead and get that guy in there, on there. So we're gonna quick release on the Instant Pot or the multi-cooker. Okay, now I know for sure this is done. All right, grill press, all done. And we will now get our pressure cooker out. I'm just gonna take the whole rack with me and get it up off of this rack and carefully onto our plate. While we wait for the air fryer to get done, check out the results. All right, the air fryer is out and you guys, oh my goodness. So here we have stovetop and oven. Of those two, I love the look of the stovetop one, though the other side did get a little crispy. That's some crispy skin if I ever saw it. The next one we have here is the pressure cooker and the grill press. The grill press, again, turns in fantastic looks. I hope it tastes good. The sous vide that was not seared afterwards, that's fine. And the air fryer looks fantastic and flaky. Put that flake back in there. All right, you guys, the results are in, and visually, the grill press, the stovetop, and the air fryer are up there. All have a really great color. They have that a little bit of caramelization, crispy char. They look fantastic. The others look fine, but those ones look phenomenal. Grill pressed, of course, being absolute favorite because hello, those grill marks are fantastic. Okay, so let's start over here with the stovetop one. And we're just gonna cut into it and see what we think. Now, I did cook my fish to medium-ish, so it's not gonna be quite as flaky as maybe yours if you do yours to medium well, which is about 145. Nice and fatty. The South Platte pepper blend is really good. So, I mean, it does transform this fish into this amazing flavor, and I really like it. It almost doesn't taste like salmon to me, which is fine. But I wanted to take several bites of each one just so I could make sure to get a good flavor in my mouth, because I'll know which one I want to go back to. All right, let's go to the oven and we'll try that one. Now the oven one cooked a little bit more than the stovetop one because I couldn't really control it in the oven. Still very good flavor, much drier, not bad. Yeah, the stovetop one is much more moist. All right, let's go to the pressure cooker one. Flakes off really well. Again, moist. Different kind of moist than the stovetop one, but is definitely moist and delicious. That one's good. Oh man, the South Platte 6 pepper blend is really good on salmon. Here we go. Grill press. Don't let me down, grill press. Flakes really well. And I can see some of that juicy bit. Oh, that's melting your mouth. That's really good. All right, here we are at the sous vide. And we're gonna go ahead and cut this one. Now, the downfall to the sous vide was, of course, it took an hour. So that's a downfall, that's for sure. Ooh, but that's really good. These are almost similar to each other where they have that nice moist feeling. This one is pretty dry compared to everything else. Come on, air fryer, you can do it. Ooh, flakes really nicely and oh, tastes really moist. Okay, all of them are really good. Okay, well, my husband has came, he has devoured, he has given me his opinion. So his favorite was actually the oven baked fish. He said it was more moist, it had more flavor, and he just overall enjoyed it. However, close seconds and third is pressure cooker and sous vide in no order. They were very similar to the oven baked, which boggles my mind. So those are what he chose as his number ones. He said the air fryer one was a little too dry for him. He said the grill press one didn't quite have enough flavor. And he said the stovetop one was a little too mushy. That could have been my fault. That being said, stovetop is out of the picture for the moment. I really liked all of them, honestly. The oven one was down on the bottom for me personally, because I felt like, believe it or not, it was a little too dry. And he said it was the most moist. So I don't know. I did try it again. I'll even try it one more time. It's still moist and buttery, just like the others, but there's just something about it that if I was going to take a piece of this fish, I would probably take from this half of the table. That being said, everything else is so close that this one is almost a stalemate. When my husband came in here to taste this fish, it took him a very long time just to settle upon the oven because everything was so similar. That being said, that means you could really make salmon in any of these ways and it will come out almost identical as long as you're using the right temperature gauge so that you can gauge it and get it out whenever it is right at your precise temperature. But even though I feel like the taste is a stalemate, for me personally, the clear winner needs to be the one that is the most beautiful. And that means, Sir Grill Press, you are our winner. I am so excited that the grill presses won. I was waiting for the grill press to win something because I love my grill press and I do use it, but I've been pretty bummed that the flavors just haven't kind of translated the way that the other methods have. But I really feel like these are so similar that taste-wise, it's a stalemate, but look-wise, I've got to go with grill press, air fryer, and pan in that order. So, all right, you guys, well, did you enjoy that method cooking adventure? I hope you did. I know I learned a lot. I learned that I love the South Platte 6-pepper blend because it transforms this fish into something that I actually went, good. And that's saying something. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you got one for me, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna serve the rest of this fish up, and we will see you on the next adventure. Bye.